Hello, welcome back to Johnson Branch Farm. My name is Rachel, and it's been kind of a week. We officially have a farmer's market booth at our local farmer's market, and that is adding a whole another level of pressure to homesteading. I guess you could say we're a farmstead now. It's a lot of pressure when you're trying to grow food for your family. I do this because I want the very best for them, and I do this because this is something I really enjoy. I love the garden. I love dairy animals. I love having chickens. Like, I really, truly love everything about this. I remember when my oldest, who is now 12, would take a nap, and I would watch, like, vintage Roots and Refuge Instagram stories, like back before she had a big YouTube channel, and be like, wow, there's somebody out there who is doing what I desire to do. And I had a small garden in Florida. It's really hard to grow food in Florida, but it can be done. Our aunt and uncle lived next door. They had an aquaponic garden, so we'd spend a lot of time helping them. And then we got the call to come to Georgia, and we put all of that on hold, and here we are. This is our 5th year gardening on our property, and we are now not only growing for ourselves, but growing for our community, which is what we had always intended on doing with the land. Check out the root system on these tomatoes. I had this just sitting, and I'm afraid it's going to dry them out, so I want to get those at least tucked into something so they're not, like, out in the open air. Let's lose them. It is actually been wonky here. Our weather is like everywhere. It's 60 degrees in the greenhouse. It was 50 degrees outside, and it's raining, and it's almost Mother's Day. Mother's Day will be tomorrow, and that is like our window to start planting out all of our hot crops, our tomatoes, our peppers, cucumbers, squash, and that is not going to happen today. I am not putting tomatoes out in 50 degree weather and rainy. They will not love it. It's hard on a plant enough to go from a controlled greenhouse, although this isn't really controlled. It says it's 60. It's not much warmer in here than it is outside. I've got the vents open and the doors open. But they're not getting rained on. There's not a lot of wind and elements in here. So it's hard for them to go from that environment out into the field where they're going to get everything. And I am not going to do that to a hot weather plant on a cold day. So I am just piddling around. I started a tray of zinnias just to kind of get a jump start. They're also a hot weathered plant. They're not going to love being sown out there. So I had like a bunch of old seed, and I just stuck them in a tray, and I got out of 200, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got like 14 up. So I found another old bag of seeds, and I just stuck them in the holes that were there just to get something going. Something is better than nothing. Our main focus at the market is going to be flowers and lettuce, garlic, and anything extra I have that we can't preserve or eat is going to go in the booth as well. So I'm going to grow above and beyond squash and tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers. So it's going to be a good time. But this week has been a week with the goats. So not only has the weather been wonky, trying to get stuff planted out there, but I'm running into sort of some red flags with my goats. My goats were off of my original line that I had before I got my milk cow. If you're not new to this channel, you'll know the goats I'm talking about. And I sold them when we got the cow, and we kind of hit a hard time. We knew we would be moving, so I went ahead and sold the goats. Well, I had the opportunity to get my goats back, and I got one of them back, actually, and then babies off of the other one. So the one I got back is on her 3rd freshen. Her name is Belle. She had twins. She had the cutest little boy and the most beautiful little girl. I'm almost confident she's polled, which means she has no horns. She's got moon spots. Like, she's so little, so sweet. Like, she is a keeper. But man, Belle is not making it easy. She is a really great mom, but she is extremely difficult to milk. And I had her on her first round, and I worked with her, but I wasn't really in a place where I could like devote 100% of my time to her, which did not help her at all. She went to the next home, they worked with her, I've got her here, and I have been like really diligent about getting her on the stand, getting her used to being milked, and she just is not having it. She lays down, she fights, she kicks, she does everything that she can do to keep you from milking her. And she just kind of, I hate to say it, has a mean streak about her. She's rough with the other goats. She's very food aggressive. I guess what I'm trying to say is she's not something you would want in your herd at the end of the day. So we're trying to make the decision about what to do with her. I do know I want to go another direction with our goats. I love the little Nigerians. I think they're cute. I think they're fun. They're great for the kids. But they do not give a lot of milk. And I am doing this for the milk. I want the cheese. I want all the things. So I'm looking into a Nubian, possibly a mini Nubian, something that I can get more milk off one animal in one shot. I don't really have the time to be milking like 3 goats to get what a Nubian could give in one milking. So this is when that homestead dreamy life isn't so dreamy. When you're having to try to make those tough decisions with your animals, who stays, who goes. I feel like I've given her a lot of chances and a lot of grace. I've had her for a long time. I even got her back and tried it again. But man, she is just not making it easy. Sometimes it's not always dreamy. It's not floral dresses frolicking in your garden, and it's not, you know, perfect goats on a milk stand and you're getting gallons of milk every day. Sometimes you're having to fight for it, and I feel like that is the season we are in, is we are fighting for it, fighting against the weather, fighting against the animals, but I do know this, and this is why I'm saying all of this. It's so worth it, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's so worth it. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait until it's like July and August and that whole field is just green and there's a food and we're eating right out of the field. We're picking cucumbers and we're eating them, and we're pulling carrots and we're washing them off in the creek. Oh, that's what keeps us going. Not wearing jackets and dealing with rain in the middle of May. But it's okay. It's going to work out, and I have to keep telling myself it's going to be okay. So here's kind of what I got going on. I mean, at least the tomatoes are tomatoing. Smells like summer. Got a little bit of scalding here from being out. I had them out in the sun a little too long. They're still not completely hardened off all the way, and they'll be fine. They'll just do their thing once they're in the ground. I have a lot of lettuce. In fact, I need to sow. I've got more up at the house. This is iceberg. I need to sow some more. I've got some celery, and these are asters, which I'm so excited about. More tomatoes. I've got parsley and peppers in the back. More lettuce. This one didn't have the greatest germination. I'm still trying to figure out what lettuce is going to do good for our area, and kind of got it figured out. Some peppers that I bought because I had terrible pepper germination. More tomatoes in the back. These are extra straw flowers, and these I actually need to plant out. These are snapdragons. I thought snapdragons were a cool weather flower, and they are, but some varieties are a hot weather flower, and I think these are the hot weather ones, because once it started to warm up in the greenhouse, they took off. A lot of them were just dying, and I couldn't figure it out, but I think it was because it was too cold for them. Lesson learned. These are extra straw flowers. I think I'm gonna put these into some cells and try to just sell them at the market. These are Cherokee purples. I had an old pack from like 2019, 2020, and I just dumped them in a I just dumped them in one of these, and they germinated. This is what I got from them. So, got some extra tomato starts. I sowed some more basil. This is cilantro and dill. I will talk about these two here in a minute. I've got some carnations and echinacea on there. This is some extra celosia, so I think I'm going to pot these up as well and sell them at the market. People can plant their own. This is my second succession of straw flowers, so those will be going out probably in another month. I've got onions and leeks, so this is what's left. I had 2 full trays of these, and this is all I have left to do. And I went ahead and started some old squash and zucchini seeds in these soil blocks. Squash and zucchinis actually don't like to be transplanted. They don't like their roots disturbed, but I have found if I do them in the soil box like this, where I can just pick them up and put them in the dirt, they do really well. So I just did that because it's hotter in here than out in the field, and I figured I could maybe get a jump start. If I can't, it's okay. Will just only help. So, dill and cilantro. I cannot tell you how many seeds I've sown. First of all, I think my problem was I was using old seed. I thought I could just plant it really thick, which I've done in the past, and it would germinate and be fine. It's not done the best. So I bought new seeds, and I've got some cilantro out in the field right now. It's doing really well, and I just direct sowed more, but I thought I'll take some of the older seeds and I'll try it here in the greenhouse where I can consistently water and it's a little bit warmer, and I'll see if maybe it's just the inconsistent watering or the temperature that's causing poor germination. And if these don't germinate, I'm throwing the seeds away and I'm not dealing with them anymore. Or I'll just go chuck them out in the field and whatever lives, lives. I just have this thing about, like, not throwing seeds away. I just feel like I'm wasting food. And then same with the dill. I was having the same problem with the dill. So I got new seeds and I just stuck them in this tray and they germinated fine. So I am still planting dill. We have beds up at the house, and it volunteered from last year, and it looks amazing. I don't understand. Probably the seeds. So, I'm giving another shot. Dill and cilantro were our 2 biggest sellers when we did the market 4 or 5 years ago, and I really want to have a table full of dill and cilantro. People love it. People would come to us just for it and buy a ton at a time. Probably because it seems to be hard to grow up here in North Georgia, but I'm going to keep going. That is just all you can do. When things are not easy and things are not going well, all you can really do is just keep going. Just keep re-sowing the seeds. Just keep amending. Just keep working with your animals. And I promise you, it's all going to come together and it's going to be amazing. And it's so worth it. I cannot tell you that enough. This is Belle's buckling Teddy, and he is so pretty. He's the light brown color like his daddy. I didn't notice any moon spot. Oh, there's one. He's got some right there on his bottom. Don't know if you can see that, but it's like they're just a different coloration in their coloring, and it's so cute. He is very cute and very sweet. I will probably leave him intact and sell him as a buckling so that he can go on and make more beautiful babies. He's also got blue eyes, so. Huh? You want your baby back, Belle? You want your baby back? Trying to catch little Liberty. This is Liberty. She is our first girl born here on our homestead, and she is adorable. She looks so much like her mama, and she is actually covered in moon spots, just like her daddy was. She's got blue eyes, and she is so cute and so sweet. So she is, well, wiggle worm, she is going to stay here with us. She kind of almost looks like she's got a little heart on her head. But I loves her. I loves her. I am really focusing right now on what to do with the goats, who's staying, who's going, trying to figure out what I even want in a milking goat. I'm kind of at this position where I don't have a lot of time, and what I do needs to be efficient and it needs to go smoothly, and right now that is not happening. So I am going to be thinking on it and seeing what we can do to come up with the best solution. But that's homesteading for you. Lots of twists and turns, lots of things you don't see coming along the way, and you have to learn to be very flexible and know when to hold on to something and let something go. That's sometimes a little difficult. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and may the Lord bless and keep you. Until next time.